Hey up, you beautiful buggers, how the devil are we all doing? It's TNG, and welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. Now then, this time round we're doing something a little bit different. We're adding a little touch of class to this week's proceedings. Aye. So without further ado, Lucy Jane plays, take it away.
Thank you TNG, it's great to be here and to add a little beauty to your beast. Before I start, I just wanted to say that all of the camps this week were outstanding. I was blown away with the quality of your work, but I wasn't expecting to have to judge 23 of you for only 5 winning slots, so it was a very difficult process. Although I have added a couple of honourable mentions, so hopefully that will help. Coming in at number 5 is Moonlight Cowboy with Lake Stilted. When I first watched this video, I couldn't understand where he had got floating barrels from, or the pillars, until I realised that he had actually integrated this build with a pre-existing location. And I realised it was the lake up by Ironholt. I really liked the way that the whole thing integrated. I loved the way that he was able to use those bridge pieces so that they looked like they were meant to be there. I loved the buildings. I just thought the whole thing was beautifully done. Some of the merges were great. The little buildings with the overhanging roofs I thought were great. I really loved the ceiling in the bedroom. I thought that was great. I have no idea how you managed to position everything the way you did, especially the buildings, because they were obviously not built on foundations. So congratulations, Mr. Cowboy, for the number 5 slot. Coming in at number 4, it's Milne with Junk Camp. I really liked this build because the colours, it was so bright and cheerful despite being a scrappy, lore-friendly camp. It was the decor, it was all of the decoration, all of the merges to create this cohesive whole. It was so beautiful. And you did it using only one foundation, I did notice in the comments, in the description. So yes, I really like this camp. So congratulations to Milne for the number 4 slot. Coming in at number 3 is Game Badgers with Barnuminum. I thought this camp was amazing. Not just the fact that they've managed to apparently find a way to free float barn doors, and I will be following them because I want to know how they did it, but also the level of detail in the decor. There were merges in there that I have never seen, and it was just so beautifully done that I think that Game Badgers are going to be one to watch. As a new entrant to the competition, welcome. You certainly knocked my socks off. The kitchen in particular stood out to me. The way that they'd free floated certain items, all the attention to detail, the clutter. Definitely a very strong contender. So congratulations Game Badgers on the number 3 slot. Coming in at number 2 is Hitbit with the Dutch Windmill. This camp had so much visual impact. How he managed to create the sort of shape of the windmill by using presumably smaller and smaller circles to build up was just stunning. The sails made out of the wire window frame. I mean, I have no idea how you placed those in adventure mode. I do have to say though, obviously it isn't working because the wind would blow through them, but that's an aside. And it wasn't just that it looked like a windmill, but that he had researched how the interior and the actual mechanics of the windmill would work. Having a grindstone, having a drive shaft, all of that connected up through the windmill really was fantastic. I loved the decor. It was fun and quirky and really bright and cheerful. So congratulations Hitbit on the number 2 spot. My first honourable mention goes to Goldfinger for the Riverboat. This boat was beautiful. I loved it. It was so cute and really kind of the decor fit the theme of a riverboat. Well, apart from the Nuka Girl curtains, but that's personal taste. I hate those curtain doorways. But that did not affect my scoring. I just loved it. It was just so beautiful. I do like boats, and it was certainly different from anything I'd seen before. And again, although it didn't affect my scoring, I have never seen a video with so many different transitions. It was, I think that actually detracted from the build for me personally, but that's an aside. So congratulations Goldfinger on an honourable mention. The next honourable mention goes to Lone Yukon for Tossed and Tangled Red Rocket. I really loved the idea of this. I thought it was such a great idea because there are various places in the mire where things have been pulled up into the trees because of the vines. And I loved it. I thought it was great. My only slight criticism, and it may have been something beyond your control, was perhaps because of the lighting, I couldn't get a cohesive whole of the camp. There were lots of sort of little shots of various bits, but I kind of couldn't get a feel for the camp as a whole. But from what I could see, I thought it was a great build. You've obviously integrated some pre-existing structures in there. There were lots of great ideas, and you also integrated a couple of prefabs. So overall, I thought it was brilliant. So congratulations on an honourable mention. And the number 1 spot goes to Nux Black Thumb for Van Life 3. This was outstanding. This was a clear winner for me. Not just because the van itself was amazing. I have seen some of his other work, and for me this one was by far the best. All of the things on the exterior of the van, including using the siren as a ladder, all of the things surrounding it that sort of made the camp cohesive as a whole, using that pre-existing house and an NPC there as well. All of this. The interior of the van, I have no idea how you managed to get all of those things in place. But the other thing that really, really nailed it for me was the fact that the cryptids are such an integral part of 76, as demonstrated by the last season, or the season that we're just finishing. So the timing as well with this season, even though we're almost at the end, everything about it just screamed, this is 76. If you've ever watched the TV show Haven, there are a couple of truth seekers running around in a van, so it kind of reminded me a bit of that as well. From a personal point of view, I actually have a friend who's a cryptozoologist. He writes books. He does go out hunting them as well, with a camera. He hasn't got anything useful, to be fair. So just for me personally, this just checked every box, and all the boxes I didn't even know that I had to be filled. I loved this build. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So congratulations Nux on the number 1 spot.
Lucy Jane, a massive thank you for judging this week and providing the commentary. It is very much appreciated, and you have done an absolutely fantastic job. It wasn't easy, and there was a shit ton of entries. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've absolutely smashed it. Hats off to you, mate. If you guys could also show your appreciation for Lucy by heading over to her channel and showing her some love, I am sure she would much appreciate it. The link is down in the description. I'd also like to say a massive thank you to everybody who entered this week. Your builds were incredible. It wasn't an easy one, let me tell you, just by looking at them. I wouldn't have wanted to judge, put it that way. Again, bloody good job, guys. To all my channel members and Patreons, thank you very much for the extra support. If that's something that any of you guys are interested in, there's a link down in the description, as well as links to all my other socials as well. If that's something you don't want to do, please consider hitting that subscribe button and, making sure you turn on that bell. Anyhow, that is it from me, guys. Not that I've actually bloody done much this video. Thank you all for tuning in, and as we say at North, I love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one.